What's up, everybody? My name is Dr. Zach Guiser, and this is another entry into the Athlete Development Journal where we talk about developing speed, strength, power, health, and character so athletes get the most out of their athletic career.
Yeah, straight A student, but I'm friends with the cool kids. Following the rules and the rubric. Freestyle on the bus.
My absolute favorite superhero story is that one where he went through life without facing any problems. He didn't battle any enemies, or he didn't suffer through any struggle. Wait, what? You don't remember that one? Yeah, neither does anyone else. Your struggle is a unique opportunity to reveal your greatness or to fold and complain. You choose. A few weeks ago, I wrote about the importance of in-season training. Now I want to get a little bit more specific and talk about what you should actually do. I can't give you specific exercises, sets, and reps because I don't know your unique situation. Instead, I want to talk about the different buckets that you need to fill. Number one is the compound strength bucket. When you're young and developing, strength is the rising tide that lifts all ships. Most physical abilities are a byproduct of force expression. The more force you can produce, especially when compared to your body weight, the better. Compound strength training is the sharpest tool in the toolbox to increase global force capacity. Hit your squats, hinges, presses, and rows 2 days per week throughout the season. Number two is your maximal speed bucket. This one is counterintuitive because you're likely running a lot during the season. However, it's quite rare to have the opportunity to open up in an unabated maximal effort sprint. You're almost always stopping, starting, changing direction, reacting to another person, or running submaximally. Maximal effort sprinting is one of the highest neural stimuli and the most plyometric we have at our disposal. Experts believe that maximal speed is one of the first physical abilities to get worse after detraining. The general thought for elite athletes is they have approximately 3 to 7 days before they start to get slower. So, hitting 3 to 4 reps of max speed per week is an absolute must. Number three is the maximal jumping bucket. In a similar vein to how we just talked about speed, jumping is common in season, but maximal jumping is uncommon. Essentially, all of your jumps are going to involve reacting to something or being constrained by short time windows. Rarely do you have the ability or the need to simply jump as high as you can. Like speed, again, maximal power output is thought to be one of the first physical abilities to deteriorate when training stops. So, we have to dose it. It doesn't take much. 3 to 4 maximal effort jumps per week should be enough to do the trick. Number four is the isolated strength bucket. Compound strength training is the axe that takes care of the vast majority of your strength needs. However, you also need to pull out the scalpel to fine-tune specific muscles based off of your sport, position, and injury history. If you're an explosive jumping athlete, you're likely prone to patellar tendinopathy. To combat this, you need to double down on quadriceps isolation exercises 1 to 2 times per week. Throwing athletes need to fortify their shoulder by isolating the posterior cuff, low trap, and serratus anterior about 3 times per week. If you have a history of hamstring strains, you should be dosing them in some hamstring isolation exercises and hip flexion and knee extension to get strong in that late swing/early stance phase where hamstrings are vulnerable. Identify your vulnerable links and address them regularly. Number five is the proprioception and vestibular bucket. I remain more bullish on this than most other in the world of athlete development, and in season is no different. Having a well-calibrated proprioceptive and vestibular system allows you to better orient yourself and to control your body in space. The more control you have, the better you can avoid getting into dangerous positions. The more you can avoid dangerous positions, the less likely you are to get hurt. The less likely you get hurt, the more reps you get. The more reps you get, the better athlete you become. And number six is the mobility and soft tissue bucket. For some of you, targeted mobility and soft tissue work, like foam rolling, is going to be essential to making sure you have enough room to stay healthy and effective throughout the season. For others, mobility and soft tissue work is simply a means to help you feel a little bit better. Either way, it's quick and easy to take 5 to 10 minutes, 5 days per week, to dose in 2 to 3 stretches and a few minutes of foam rolling. If you're not willing to do a wholesale 24/7, 100% swap with who that person is, then there's no point in being jealous. That's a quote from Naval Ravikant. So I, like most people, would like to have Elon Musk's money, but I can't be jealous of him. I don't want his disaster of a personal life. He has 14 kids, 4 baby mamas, 3 divorces, and approximately 0 relationship with any of them. That's an extreme example, but holds true in many more use cases. I would love to have a massive 15,000 square foot facility with a full 100-yard turf field like some places, but I don't want the overhead and type of work that comes with that. If I own a facility that big, then I have to hire a bunch of coaches and play HR all day instead of being a craftsman on the floor developing athletes, which is what I'm put on this earth to do. Don't envy the reward if you aren't willing to carry the burden that comes with it. And as always, let's wrap this up with a couple important things. Number one, this newsletter and podcast is completely free. I spend many hours each week researching, writing, illustrating, recording, editing, and uploading. The best way you can support it and allow it to continue is to share it with people you know. You can send them to gtperformance.co/newsletter and they can subscribe there. Or you can just share this episode wherever you get your podcast and they can subscribe, rate, review, whatever it is you can do on your platform. And everything in these newsletters, podcasts, social media, and on our website is for educational purposes only and should not be taken as medical advice for you or your athlete. Please consult directly with a healthcare professional. Thank you so much for your help in spreading the word about athlete development. And until next time, be great out there.
Yeah, straight A student, but I'm friends with the cool kids. Following the rules and the rubric. Freestyle on the bus and it's too lit.